Bonjour, Kinamagin Ireland edition of Cas, and welcome to this production of the Support Coach Television Network. Today's episode, no more supersized sodas. First read instruction. Let's begin with a conversation on academic vocabulary. Academic vocabulary words are words that you will most likely encounter in a school book or a nonfiction text. They are precise words used to convey ideas as clearly as possible. For example, rather than saying that soda was not allowed, an author of an academic text would say it was prohibited. To figure out the meaning of an academic word, look at for context clues or use a dictionary. Let's try this. Let's read this sentence from No More Supersized Sodas. The general health of Americans is in decline, and our eating habits are the culprit. Culprit is an academic word. It is a more precise word than others the author might have used. What do you think the word culprit might mean? Does it seem like we are blaming somebody for our general decline in health? I think so. So the blame is being put on the eating habits. So, in a way, the word culprit is the person or thing at fault. The following are academic words from the persuasive text. Read the sentence that contains each word. Use context clues, prior knowledge, or a dictionary to figure out what it means. Then write your own definition. And we'll do one of them together with the word populace. So it's on page 230, and I find it right here. The American populace simply must get to a healthier place. What does the word populace mean? Well, I remember popu is part of population, which is the count of people. So let's try that. Let's see if people works in the sentence. The American people simply must get to a healthier place. That does make sense. So I can assume that the word populace must mean the people of America. Feel free to try this with the words eliminate and intrusive on your own. Let's look at that first read skill, summarize. To summarize, you restate the most important points of a text in your own words. You have to understand what a text is saying before you can restate it. Then you must be sure to include only the main idea and important details in your summary. For example, the sentence, according to a recent study, 9 out of 10 doctors agree that exercising for 30 minutes each day will improve your cardiac health, might be summarized this way. Most doctors say that exercising for 30 minutes daily will improve your heart health. As you prepare to summarize, you read the text carefully, ask questions as you go, and identify words or ideas you don't understand. Then figure out what the most important idea is and identify the details that best support it. Finally, figure out how you would say the main idea and supporting details in your own words. If I asked you to tell me about a movie you saw, you probably will only answer me in a handful of sentences. That is a summary. It's in your own words. Let's try it with this paragraph. No one can agree on whether texting is a good or bad thing. Some experts say we are too focused on our gadgets and ignoring the world around us. For evidence, they point to increasing numbers of emergency room visits for injuries caused by texting while doing something else, walking, biking, or driving. Yet others say that we are developing our social networks as we text. Perhaps the best approach is this. Put away your gadgets when your attention should be elsewhere. Send texts when you are alone and have something important to share. How would I summarize that? So let's find the main idea. Let's grab my annotation tool. How about this being the main idea? Put away your gadgets when your attention should be elsewhere. That would cover up the idea that we're too focused on our gadgets and ignoring the world around us. In emergency rooms for visits for injuries caused by texting while doing something else. Now, the sentence, others say we are developing our social networks as we text, is when you're acknowledging the other side of the argument, but it doesn't really fit in with the rest of the sentence. So, in the end, I would probably say this paragraph was talking about how it's important to text when it's safe and not when we could get hurt. So, pretty simplified. You don't need a whole bunch of words. It's as if you were talking to your friends to tell them what this paragraph was about. As you read, record your answers to questions about summarizing on the close reading worksheet on page 291 or using the Google form that will be in this post. At this point, you should now go in and do the first read with a focus on the orange boxes. Have a Minogija guide? Minwa. P.